So Leute, mich lässt das Spiel nicht los. Ich muss es nochmal versuchen. Ich hoffe diesmal ohne Abstürze.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
So, wo wollte ich lang? Hier rechts? Nein.
He entered the door on his left.
Ah doch, hier rechts und dann, wenn die erste Tür offen ist, wollte ich links. Und dann ist es abgestürzt.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
War das nicht irgendwie?
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business,
Genau,
Stanley
doch.
took the first open door on his left.
Und wenn ich geradeaus gehe, bin ich einfach wieder auf der richtigen Spur. Aber was passiert, wenn ich hier runtergehe? Hatten wir diesen Strang schon, oder kommt da ein neuer Strang?
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
No,
this isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Das war's schon. Da wird's wieder zurückgesetzt. Tatsächlich. Oh, okay. Jetzt muss ich überlegen, Moment. Also wenn ich... Irgendwie kam doch noch eine dritte Tür zur Auswahl. Was muss ich dafür denn nochmal machen? Ah, genau. Wo bin ich jetzt hier?
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Hier links war ich, glaube ich, noch nie, oder? Ich glaube, hier geht's wieder auch irgendwie zurück. Moment. Ich glaube, ich komme wieder irgendwo zurück, wo ich mal gestartet bin.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Jetzt habe ich mich total verlaufen.
Unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Ist jetzt alles zurückgesetzt?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Hier war mal eine Tür.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yeah.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Da bin ich mal gespannt, ob es jetzt wirklich gerestartet wurde. Nee, wieder was
All right,
Neues.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line.
Hier rein?
How simple is that?
Das ist doch neu. Der will mich reinlegen. Das ist ein Trick. Oh Mann, jetzt kann ich mich nicht entscheiden.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
Was ist jetzt Fern?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Ich weiß nicht, was Fern heißt. Warte, lass mich mal kurz googeln. Farnkraut. Fern, ja, nein, umgekehrt. Von Englisch Farnkraut. Gras hat. Das wäre halt irgendwie so ein Ziel. Habe ich das richtig gerade bei Google gesehen? Ist das das Bild? Keine Ahnung. Scheint irgendwie so eine Pflanze zu sein.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Ich will wieder zurück. Lass mich meine Knöpfe drücken. Ich mag das so gerne.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Aber noch die Linie.
You know what, Stanley?
Okay.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Hier lang? Sind Sie sicher?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse
Ich mach doch nicht, was er
door
sagt,
that leads
weil wir
here.
stehen.
And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Mann, ich will aber links rein. Das ist genau derselbe Raum.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Boah,
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have a...
Mein geliebtes Büro. Ach ja, hier habe ich die Unterlagen sortiert, Bleistifte angespitzt, Kaffee getrunken, auf das komische Gerät eingetippert, Telefonate angenommen. Ach, ich liebe mein kleines Büro. Da muss ich immer hier raus. Uah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What a beautiful room, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Wie kriege ich schon mal die drei Türen? Ich würde nochmal gern die 3 Türen. Kann ich auch hier runter? Was ist denn, wenn ich hier runterspringe?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Danke.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
Ach komm, jetzt meine Frau wieder.
To redeem yourself, to put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Nee, das sind auch nicht die 3 Türen. Ich will noch mal zu dem Level kommen, quasi wo ich das Baby ins Feuer laufen lasse.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Oder ist das nicht der Strand? Wird man danach dann nicht zurück zu den 3 Türen geschickt?
Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now. This is a
Hallo
very
Schatz, ich bin
sad
zu
story
Hause.
about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Was soll ich drücken?
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Nein, das mache ich nicht. Ich stelle immer alles in Frage.
I
Verdammt.
suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Das kenne ich auch noch nicht.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
Ganzen
it mean?
Papier am Boden.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alter, wie viele Sachen haben die da reinprogrammiert? Wie viel?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
Das hatte ich hier beim ersten Mal gewählt.
I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red
Da
door.
bin ich letztes Mal auch durch die blaue gegangen, da mache ich jetzt mal die rote.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Ich will für immer hier bleiben. Für immer. Ich gehe nicht durch die Tür. Na gut, gehen wir durch die Tür.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Tja, du gibst mir keine andere Wahl, lässt mir keine andere Wahl.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Wobei, wenn ich zurückgehe, was passiert da? Jetzt bin ich schon zu weit oben. Jetzt muss ich mich runterstürzen.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Dann spring ich einfach hier runter. Geht nicht.
No, perhaps not.
Da ich bin da zweimal jetzt runtergesprungen.
Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me? I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
Tja, gib mir doch mal eine andere Option. Wie oft kann man denn hier runterspringen und nicht sterben?
Is it
Ah,
over?
jetzt.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Irgendwas ist anders. Direkt ein anderes Büro gewesen. Achso, hier bin ich
When
jetzt wieder.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ich weiß schon gar nicht mehr, was
Stanley felt
Was hier klar links
butterflies
geht.
in his stomach.
Dann nochmal
Eager
irgendwie
to
eine
get back to
Abzweigung,
business,
die ich,
Stanley took the first open door on his
wo ich irgendwas verändern kann. Ich glaube, also unten war, glaube ich, sonst nichts
From the
mehr.
maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a
war ich
staircase,
auch schon
Stanley walked
mal.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Aber ich war da auch noch, ich glaube, da war auch kein Handlungsstrang mehr. Mir fallen noch die 3 Türe ein, wo ich dann nachher, ja, die Storyline mit dem Baby hatte. Aber ich weiß nicht mehr, wie ich da hinkomme.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Nee, da geht's doch nicht irgendwie weiter. Ich dachte, da wäre noch was.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Ja, und jetzt
Mind
kommt ja...
Control Facility.
Moment, hier bin ich noch nie lang gelaufen. Ja, Escape, hier war ich noch nicht.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Mein geliebter Computer. Mit Solitär drauf. Habe ich denn schon Keyboard-Game gespielt? Also, oder Button-Press-Game. Also es gab diesen Countdown-Timer und ich hatte nicht alle gefunden. Ich weiß nicht, ob das schon ein Spiel war. Schon wieder noch mehr Entscheidungen. Interessant. Sie wollten zum Schluss noch so einen Shooter da reinmachen, wo man gegen Aliens kämpft. Haben das dann aber doch nicht gemacht, weil sie eben ja keine Shooter machen, oder keinen Shooter machen wollten, oder? Was ist das? Narrator E-Mails. 11128. Ja, also ich wette, hier gibt es so viele Easter Eggs noch in dem Game. War ich hier? Ist das jetzt im Final Game drin gewesen oder nicht? Okay. Na gut. Ja, echt geil, dass man hier noch so ein quasi Making-of hat. Oh. Hm. Ich habe diesen Windows Lademauszeiger, der sich jetzt die ganze Zeit im Kreis bewegt. Stanley X reagiert nicht mehr. Die Frage ist das beabsichtigt? Oder nicht? Ist das der einzige Weg, dem Spiel zu entrinnen? Keine Rückmeldung. Ja, vielleicht war es das einfach. Vielleicht auch nicht. Wer weiß, ob wir es jemals erfahren werden. Wir sehen uns im nächsten Video.